Guys, it's Denise here, Nolacollectibles, and welcome to my channel. I'm here today to do a different type of video. I'm doing a what sold video for the month of February. I thought that this would be kind of fun to go through some of the items that are selling for me on my eBay channel, which is Nola Collectibles, and just give you kind of a sneak peek as to what I'm selling, what's popular right now, what people are buying, to hopefully help you a little bit in your own journey as a reseller in picking out items that you want to sell on eBay. So I have here my first item, which I have the screen open for, is this beautiful turquoise porcelain blue Chinese export necklace. And so this is something that had come from my local thrift store. I want to say I paid probably like $3.99 or $4.99 for this, and it was in excellent, like new condition, just really beautiful. And it had sterling silver components. So the push clasp there, you can see, was made out of sterling silver, which was really nice. So this I had it listed for $175. I ended up taking an offer of about $140 on that one. And I've actually had this item listed for quite a bit. It was a little bit of a long tail item, but I'm happy that I held out, and hopefully it's going to the right buyer. I'm going over here to this item here. This here is a Brighton Symphony two-tone brushed gold beads collar necklace. And so this was like kind of a little bit of a shorter length on a Brighton necklace. And this is something that I had purchased from my local thrift store. I purchased a jewelry bag for $40 and it was filled to the brim with Brighton items. I actually had a video on that, on bagging. So all of those items I've had listed and they're still continuing to sell for me. And so this one, I did take an offer on it and it ended up selling for $26. Here, this was a really fun item, these sterling silver dangle elephant earrings. They had this really great kind of like 3D elephants, and they're all kind of puffy. And just, I thought these were just a really great looking pair of earrings. And these I actually purchased from my local thrift store. I know for a fact that I think I paid $3.99 for these. And these guys ended up selling for me. Someone made me an offer, and in total, their purchase ended up being about $46. So really not bad. Purchasing the earrings for $3.99 at my thrift store and then turning them around for $46 was a really great sale for me. Going here, this is another Chinese export item, and this one is absolutely gorgeous. This is a really nice, large, hand-knotted rose quartz necklace and earring set. And so these guys, they were in the same bag. They came out of a jewelry bag for me, and I had this listed for $99, and I ended up taking an offer on it for $79, and off it went to its new home. This was really pretty, a really pretty necklace. I'm so glad that eventually it sold, and hopefully that's going to someone who really appreciates it because it's gorgeous. This item here, Susan Shaw. Susan Shaw is a brand that's sold on QVC. It has a little bit of a good following to it. She's very well known for making these kind of like brushed gold jewelry pieces. It's kind of her signature. And this one actually came out of a recent Shop Goodwill bag. I purchased a lot on Shop Goodwill. I want to say it was $24, and this was one of the items on that was in there. So I had it listed for $44, and again, I took an offer on this and it ended up selling for about $30. These guys, these Coach earrings, they're really good looking Coach pair earrings, and these were actually new with tags. I didn't have it pictured in the listing, but because the tag fell off, but these had never previously been worn, and I thought these were like a really great kind of modern looking design on them, and they had this adorable little tiny Coach luggage tag that you could like stick and wear on the earring or not. But like I said, I think these were really good looking and really quite modern, and I like the fact that they were two-tone, and so these ended up selling for full price $42 plus shipping. It ended up coming to about $49.50. Going here over to this Honor pair of earrings. This Honor pair of earrings also came out of a Shop Goodwill bag that I paid about $24.99 for. And Honora is another brand. They're very well known for their cultured pearls and their freshwater pearls, and they sell currently on QVC. So this is an active brand that's available on QVC, and people really like and seek out the Honora brand because they know that it's good quality. So these I had listed for $29.99, and they ended up selling at list price. So this is kind of cute, this right here. This also came out of a local thrift store jewelry bag, and this item I had actually gotten someone who like lowballed me an offer, and I actually had accepted it, and then the person never paid for the item. So it sat for like over a week in my store. I was waiting for payment. I had sent through an invoice and everything. And so I finally ended up canceling that order, and then a day later it sold for a full asking price, which was $16. So with the shipping, this ended up coming to about $20.05. And so here I had this multi-item order, and this person bought 3 pairs of earrings from me, one of which was this really pretty like cloisonne enamel butterfly dangle pair of earrings. Another was this really fun chunky lucite pair of rainbow earrings, really cool, really, just fun looking. And then finally, there was this pair of alpaca cat earrings, which were just absolutely adorable. And so, she purchased multiple items, and I ended up giving a shipping discount. I'm always happy to combine shipping. That's no problem whatsoever whenever I'm selling stuff. And so this ended up being a purchase of $51.10. Here I have this turquoise ring, and this ring for me, for some reason, I've had this listed probably for about a year, and this came out of my local thrift store jewelry bag, the ones that cost $40, and this was just a really nice looking turquoise ring that came out of there. I don't know why this sat as long as it did, but it finally ended up selling this month, and it sold for full asking price, $24.99. This pair of cufflinks right here, I've had these listed, I want to say, for about maybe 6 months or so. They're actually a really great looking pair of men's cufflinks. They're a little bit more oversized, so they definitely make a really nice statement. And they just had like the most beautiful tiger's eye stone in them. And so this, recently I had published a video about Mardi Gras jewelry and traditional Mardi Gras traditions and traditional jewelry and all of that stuff. And so I got a little bit of an influx of people here in New Orleans purchasing jewelry items from me. So this is inclusive of that. So I had a gentleman purchase these cufflinks for me, and he actually lived pretty close to my house, and he ended up paying full asking price. So that plus shipping and tax, it ended up being about $45. This pin, I think, is the most cutest thing ever. I love this little watermelon brooch. This guy I got at my local thrift store. I had went there one day, and I did a haul on this piece that included this piece. They had these baskets on the counter at the thrift store, and everything was like 50 and 75% off. So I want to say I paid something like maybe $2 for this watermelon brooch, and like I said, I think it's the cutest thing ever. And that sold for full asking price. So that plus shipping and tax ended up being about a $30 sale. I'm glad this one went because it is so cute. The enamel was absolutely perfect on it. And so here we go over to another Brighton piece of jewelry, and this is a Brighton Sacred Cross Swarovski hinged bangle bracelet. And so this was part of, I was at my thrift store, and they had a bag of bangle bracelets behind the counter. I asked to see some of the jewelry bags, and this was back there where they brought it over to me. And the bag was $12 and included a huge variety of different Brighton bangle bracelets and Alex and Ani bracelets, and there was actually a little Art Deco necklace in there as well. So this one was part of what was included in that bag, which I paid $12 for, and with the tax, this ended up selling for $27.84. Here, I'm including this just because occasionally, I do like to pick up mugs. Because mugs, you can purchase them for $1 or $2 at the thrift store, sometimes even less. I recently had bought a bunch of really cute vintage mugs at my local Goodwill, and I paid 50 cents for them. So when you think about like what the cost is, what the item and the turnaround and the potential earning on this, you're going to make your money over many times over. I do find mugs are definitely longer tail items. They take a while to sell, but when they do, it's always a good sale. So I had paid $1 for this really cool Picasso mug, and this likely came from a museum. It was a portion of his massive art piece called Guernica, which was a depiction of the Spanish Civil War. And this was the bull and the horse, which represented the political parties in Spain. And so this one actually sold for full asking price plus shipping. It ended up coming to about $37 for a mug I paid $1 for. This was a gorgeous pair of Alexis Batara earrings. Any kind of Alexis Batara always sells for me. It always moves quickly, from her lucite jewelry pieces to some of her really pretty kind of bohemian inspired jewelry and earrings. And so this piece, this pair of earrings here, I had purchased a thread-up DIY box. I think I had, paid the $44 for it, and it was just like filled with really beautiful high-end jewelry items. And this pair of earrings was part of what was in there. So this one actually did sell for full asking price, and then with the shipping and the taxes included, ended up being about a $75 sale. Here, this was an item that came out of a Shop Goodwill lot from Florida. Fossil brand, I'm never quite sure if these items are worth listing. The jewelry quality is definitely nice. I would say it's on par with something like Lucky brand. And so this was just a necklace that came out of a jewelry bag. I took a gamble on it and listed it. And so I want to say maybe this sold in about 2 months and ended up selling for $18 plus shipping. This is a really beautiful Trina Turk necklace, and this necklace, I actually had it in my death pile. It was just in this box of stuff that I had put aside, and I was like, okay, these are good quality items. I need to list this, and it ended up sitting there for like 6 months. So I finally got around. I was like, let me go through this box. I was feeling motivated, and I picked out a whole bunch of nice items out of the box and got them listed. And literally, I had it listed for like maybe 2 weeks, and it sold for full asking price. So it ended up being $44 plus the shipping and in tax. It ended up being a nice $52 sale on the Trina Turk necklace that was in my death pile. And so this really, and it sold pretty quick. So this was just really a good reminder to me to motivate and get my stuff listed, because literally it's money just sitting around my house. And we like money in our pockets. And so similarly, again, this was another pair of Alexis Batara earrings that had came from that thread-up box. So that same DIY box that I paid the $44 for, from the same location that had all that high-end jewelry, had this absolutely stunning pair of earrings from Alexis Batara. And this was from her Elements collection. And these guys retail for $295 originally. And they're just gorgeous. They have like all of these beautiful natural stone components. They're just so well made, and just really truly a gorgeous pair of earrings. And so those guys, I had them listed for $145. I ended up taking an offer on them, and then the purchase ended up being about $115. So again, really good, just considering it came out of that same thread-up DIY. This right here is a really good reminder to me, and should be a good reminder to everyone, to go through what you toss aside in your craft piles. And so, sometimes when we're sorting through jewelry, if we're not fully paying attention, or if we're going a little too fast because we're excited, we put items in our craft pile. So I took my craft pile and I was actually sorting through it again a secondary time, and I came across these earrings that I had previously discarded. And I looked at them and I was like, these are really nice. And then I noticed that they said sterling and that they were made in Israel. And so I was really glad that I had taken the time to go through my craft pile again, just to make sure there was nothing in there that I had missed, because I missed these earrings. And so these had come out of a local thrift store bag, those ones that I pay $39.99 for. And so they're gorgeous, they're very weighty, and they ended up selling for $55 full asking price plus shipping. So very nice sale there. This is a pair of earrings. These are vintage 80s by a designer named David Gras, and he makes just very stunning kind of statement-y 80s types of jewelry. And this also had come out of my local thrift store jewelry bag, the ones I pay $40 for. And this was a purchase from overseas. It ended up going to an international buyer. The international buyers are very into 80s right now. I sell a lot of statement pieces, big gold, brushed gold, gold tone earrings, Anne Klein, those types of brands, always going to kind of like China, always going to Russia, and I saw some that go to Europe as well. So yeah, this ended up, I did take a offer on it, but after everything was included, the shipping, it ended up selling for $49.45 on this pair of clip-on earrings. They're also clip-on earrings, which a lot of people are like, do clip-on earrings sell? Yeah, they still sell. If they're the right type of earring, most definitely. And these are really gorgeous. They're kind of like, they have this kind of Etruscan feel to them. They're really pretty. And like a faux lapis look. And so finally, and this is not all of my solds for the entirety of February, I had a lot more, but I just wanted to take some of the highlights for you to kind of give you an idea of some of the themes I'm seeing that are emerging from buyers right now who are shopping on eBay. This is a Stella and Dot Chantilly lace cuff bracelet. This is a gorgeous bracelet, and I've actually gotten it previously and sold it previously. So this is the second time I'm selling this bracelet. The first time that I sold it, it was way more in demand, which I want to say was maybe 6 to 8 months ago. And then I sold it for $65. For whatever reason, the market has softened on this item and the prices have gone down a bit. But still, I think that this was really a good sale. It ended up being $42 plus shipping and tax, which ended up being $50.18. And so, yeah, whenever I get an item like this, she also made like earrings. They also made earrings that matched this, that had this like really pretty filigree design. I always get them listed and they always sell. So yeah, you guys, I really appreciate you kind of like tuning in and letting me give you this overview. Again, if we want to talk about what I see, what I personally see is what people are actively buying on eBay, a couple of trends. Stella and Dot still sells. Stella and Dot no longer in business. It was kind of like a peer-to-peer marketing model where it was, like Tupperware and Avon, and people sold to their friends and whatnot or their family. It was very high quality jewelry. So I still sell quite a bit of Stella and Dot jewelry. So that's definitely still a seller for me. Brighton, I sold, I want to say maybe 4 pieces of Brighton jewelry this month. So again, I'm not sure what the rhyme or reason is on what people are actively looking for versus what they're not, but I continue to sell it pretty much on the regular. And then, I want to say name brands, obviously. Alexis Batara is always a hot seller. It's a higher end jewelry item that's typically sold at department stores. So people are actively looking for it and they want to catch a bargain. So yeah, appreciate you tuning in, you guys. Let me know what you think about this type of video. Give me a like if you appreciate it. If you enjoy this, give me a subscribe. Hit the button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.